Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to show you how to install the Amazon Basics Smart Switch. It's a three-way. So three-ways can be a little complicated. Yours may or may not look like mine. Mine's kind of a standard install, but I'm going to show you how to install it. Okay, so here we have the Amazon Basics switch. We've got the green on the left is a ground. We've got the neutral, the traveler, the line, and the load. So if you look at these have very distinct colors. So that's a green, the neutral is a white, the traveler is a brown, the line is a black, and the load is a red. Okay, so here I've got my three-way switch. I've got a switch here, and I got another switch in the garage. So a three-way means it's controlled by two different switches. I can turn either one of these switches on in the garage or this one, and it'll turn my lights on. You only need to install the smart switch on one. Now I've got my switch pulled away. This was a three-way switch. I've got power removed, the circuit breakers, and I've checked for voltage, so I don't have any voltage back here. And make sure you don't have any voltage on any of these switches. So check your circuits. So the first thing you're gonna have to do is I disconnected the ground. So the ground wire was connected right there. So I just disconnected. We're gonna reconnect that. We're gonna get that out of the way. Before you start, you want to make sure you're gonna have to have a neutral. So see how I have my white wire, my neutral? I put my neutrals in my box. I'm gonna have to connect to that neutral because the switch needs power. Now this was a switch that didn't have smart, it was kind of like a dumb switch. It just ran the power through it by turning it on, by manually turning it on and off. This new switch, it actually powers up and is like a little computer inside there. So we got to have a neutral in there to power it up. Okay, so you're going to want to make sure that those white wires, those neutral wires, are the neutral that goes back to your breaker panel. I'll be taking that wire nut off and connecting the white wire to that. The red one is the load because I've got this yellow wire. This yellow one is the one that goes between the two switches. So in it, it's got a black, a yellow, and a white, and a ground. So the black wire in this, we call this the traveler. The black one coming out of the black wire that is with the red wire and the white wire and the ground is called the traveler. And on this old switch, you'll see this is called the common. The common is the power. I can follow this. That's my main, that's coming from the breaker panel, that wire nut right there. So that's the common. And then the one opposite the common, the other black wire, this is your traveler. And then this red one here is the load. So it's kind of easy to see which one's the load is. This is the load. I'm sorry, this is the line. It goes to this big red wire nut. This is what's powering all of these switches. So you got power coming from the breaker panel, and it's going to power all of these switches. So that's kind of like a common, that's called the line. But now I got to get into that white wire. That's my neutral. Okay, so I've got the white wires out. I'm going to take this wire nut off, and I'm going to put my wire in with these now. Okay, so I've got the switch here. See the neutral, the white wire coming off of here is going to my neutral that's inside this. You may or may not have this neutral in your switch. If it's an older house, you may not have a neutral. But most newer houses have the neutral in here that they weren't using, but they ran it through for the light. Okay, so I hooked the black wire coming out of the switch to the line. Now it does come with these wire nuts, but I like to use these are called the tan ones or the brown ones. So now the red one coming out of the switch, I hooked, thankfully mine was red also, but this is the load wire. So now I've got the brown wire hooked to the other black wire that's the traveler. This is the wire that's going over to the other switch. This might be the hardest one for you to figure out is the brown wire. And then making sure you've got a neutral. And the last wire is the green wire. I've got a bare copper wire in mine. That's my ground wire. I just used the provided wire nut that they gave me. So there's all four wires connected. Now I'm going to put the switch in. Thankfully this does have a nice big word that says top or up. Okay, so the switch is kind of big, so you got to tuck them wires back in there and be careful. Don't break the wires. Now we're ready to try it. It comes with 2 provided screws. I'm going to go put the breaker on. Okay, so these are what the switch is controlling. It's controlling my side lights on the garage. So here's the switch in the garage. It's for the outside light. I didn't have to change this one. This one stayed, but this is the other part of the 3-way switch. Here's the other part of the 3-way switch that I did change. This is the Amazon switch. And when I press it, it does turn the lights off. So I can still turn the lights off and on from either switch. But what's nice about the smart switch is now I can turn it on with my Amazon device. So this switch does not have, it's got a very small light to let you know, like there's off and then there's on. So there's really nothing to show you this on, but I'm going to go in the Alexa device thing and set it up so that I can control it with the Amazon device. Okay, so here's everything that's left over. I didn't use the cover plate because I already had a cover plate. My next video, I'm going to show you how to use the Amazon app and set it up in there. So this video was just how to install it. It does come with a pretty nice wiring diagram with a pretty big manual. This is the old switch. There's the tools I used. Wire strippers, screwdriver, needle nose. And then it does come with these wire nuts. And it does come with these wire labels that I could have used, but I didn't. So again, check out, I'll put a link to it right after this video. Check out, I'm going to show you how to hook it up to the Wi-Fi. Thanks everybody for watching.